Hi, John Czapko, Thrive Insurance Group. Welcome to our YouTube channel. Hey, today I wanted to talk about some of the basics of workers' compensation and the impacts it has on your small business. So workers' compensation is a cornerstone piece of your small business, and it really needs to be a part of your going forward risk management strategy. In Texas, we don't require it. We do things a little different down here, and we don't require it for our small businesses, but it's really an important piece for our customers to have in place, and we do require it for our small businesses to have going forward. So let's talk about some of the reasons as to why it's important. Number one, it protects financially your employees. So they're protected from a go forward basis should they need medical care. It doesn't limit the amount of medical care they can have. There's a little confusion about that in the marketplace. It doesn't limit the amount of medical care they can get. They can get unlimited care. But what it does do is it protects them financially should they need that medical care. Number two, it protects you legally should there be any sort of claims that they have. The average claim is about $40,000. We had a client that had a slip and fall in their retail franchise that was around $40,000 worth of claims. And, that was covered under their work comp model. And, they didn't have to pay, but their deductible to fight that claim and get through that process with their employee. And it was a good process to go through on both parties. So that was a key piece. And then the third piece that comes up a lot is contractually, whether it's in an FDD from your franchise piece, or whether it's contractually, whether you're doing business with the city or with a customer that requires it, you might need to have work comp in place to meet some contractual obligations. So it's really critical to have this underpinning within your business. It's generally based on your payroll. It's generally based on your safety scores. It's based on your return to work programs. There's a few things that you can do, which is neat because you can control a lot of the premium costs within comp. So it's a fun thing to work through from an insurance perspective because you get to really dictate a lot of this. You report your payroll, which affects your premium and really affects the way that you do this going forward. So the ways that you can affect the premium on this is if you have a safety program, if you do have that, that's really critical to bubble that up as we're going through the reporting process. Number two, if you have a return to work program, these are really great. If someone does get injured or something happens to them, getting them back into the workforce quickly is really critical. That helps your safety score. It helps reduce your premium as well. And then the third thing, right now, insurance companies are really aggressively wanting to attract work comp. So it's a good time to shop your comp models around, work with your local insurance agent to make sure that you're working through those shopping exercises. It's a good time in the marketplace to be looking at these things. And then the last thing I'll talk about is your modifier score. If you're a bigger company and you have a premium that's in the $9,500 a year range, roughly, depends on the insurance company, depends on the state, you might have a mod score of a 1, which is average or par. Above par, if you're thinking in golf terms, is a bad score. Below par or -1 is a good score. So let's look at your mod score. If you're an above 1, we have some ways that we can help reduce that closer to 1, which is average, industry average. If you're at 1.5, that means you're above average, and we have some ways that we can help reduce that. So let's look at those things. Work with your local insurance agent and broker to get those scores down. And there's ways that you can help decrease your modifier score so that it comes down to a 1.0 and you're in better shape from your renewal perspective. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us via YouTube, via email, via Facebook. We'd love to have further conversations with you. Make sure you're working with your local insurance agent to review your policies often and regularly and make sure they're updated. If you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to us. Thank you for your time. Remember, thrive today, protect tomorrow. Thanks. Have a great day.